In the shadows of World War II, deep inside the walls of British intelligence, a plan was drafted that even the most hardened operatives dared not speak aloud. A plan so dangerous, so audacious, that if it had succeeded, the entire course of the war might have changed forever. Its code name was Operation Foxley, and it was nothing less than a blueprint to assassinate Adolf Hitler. For decades, the details of this operation remained buried in secrecy. But today, the files have been unsealed, and what they reveal is a story of obsession, precision, and the closest the Allies ever came to eliminating the Führer himself. This is War Files Uncovered, and tonight we enter the shadows of Operation Foxley, the plot to kill Hitler. By 1944, the world had endured nearly 5 years of brutal, unrelenting war. Cities were in ruins. Millions had been killed. Entire nations were on the brink of collapse. Inside British intelligence, there was a rising belief that simply defeating Germany on the battlefield might not be enough, not as long as Adolf Hitler remained alive. The Special Operations Executive, the SOE, had been created to carry out sabotage, espionage, and covert warfare. Their motto was simple: set Europe ablaze. And now, they considered lighting the brightest flame of all. Reports suggested that Hitler had become increasingly isolated, paranoid, and erratic. His command decisions were growing more irrational, costing the German military dearly. Ironically, this made some British strategists hesitate. As long as Hitler made poor decisions, the Allies benefited. But others believed the war could be ended quicker and countless lives saved if the man at the top was removed. And so, in the quiet rooms of the SOE, whispers began. What if we kill Hitler ourselves? To plan an assassination, the SOE needed details, impossible details. What Hitler ate, when he slept, where he walked, how his guards rotated, every habit, every routine. British intelligence began assembling one of the most extensive psychological and physical profiles ever created on a human being. Agents interviewed defectors, former servants, and captured Nazi officers. They analyzed photographs, speeches, and fragments of personal diaries. Even Hitler's favorite foods were catalogued. Simple vegetarian meals, teas, and pastries prepared under strict supervision. Then came a breakthrough. A captured German prisoner, highly familiar with the Berghof, Hitler's mountain residence in the Bavarian Alps, revealed a detail that electrified British planners. Every morning, around the same time, Hitler took a brisk walk from his residence to his private tea house. He followed the same forest path, the same guards, the same timing. For the first time, the Allies had something priceless: predictability. With the target's routine identified, SOE planners drafted the first version of Operation Foxley. A two-man sniper team would infiltrate the Bavarian Alps, position themselves along Hitler's walking route, and eliminate him with a high-powered rifle. It was a clean plan, simple, precise. The sniper would fire one fatal shot, then the team would escape along a pre-mapped route into neutral territory. The SOE even assembled the perfect weapon, a custom Mauser rifle fitted with a telescopic sight, calibrated specifically for the mountain distances. They recruited a German-speaking Polish soldier, a skilled marksman with combat experience and the ability to blend seamlessly into Bavarian life. His partner would be a British operative disguised as a foreign laborer. Disguises, forged papers, ration books, everything was prepared. There was just one problem. Hitler, increasingly paranoid, began altering his routines. Sometimes he walked early, sometimes late, sometimes not at all. The window for the perfect shot was narrowing. The timing had to be flawless. As the sniper plan grew more complicated, the SOE drafted an alternative method, one even more daring. If they couldn't shoot Hitler, Perhaps they could poison him. Agents proposed infiltrating the kitchen staff at the Berghof. Hitler's meals were famously simple and strictly controlled, but they followed predictable preparation chains. One compromised cook, one tainted ingredient, one untraceable toxin. And the war could end without a single shot fired. British scientists recommended a slow-acting poison to mimic natural illness. Others argued for something immediate, quick, lethal, unmistakable. But again Hitler's paranoia interfered. Personal tasters sampled every dish. He rotated kitchen staff frequently. Access to food was nearly impossible to gain. Still, the SOE pressed on. They refined the plan, adjusted the toxin types, even attempted to track local suppliers who might plausibly handle contaminated ingredients. But for every solution, another obstacle emerged. By late 1944, Operation Foxley was nearly complete. Maps were printed, weapons calibrated, escape routes rehearsed, agents selected. The plan was real, ready, breathing. But then it stopped. British strategists began reconsidering the consequences of killing Hitler at this late stage of the war. Hitler's blunders, from mismanaging armies to refusing strategic retreats, were actively accelerating Germany's collapse. Removing him might empower more competent Nazi officials who could prolong the war. And so, in an extraordinary twist, the Allies decided it was better to let Hitler live. The operation was shelved, the sniper never deployed. The poison was never delivered. The Berghof remained untouched. On April 30th, 1945, Adolf Hitler would die by his own hand in Berlin, not in a blaze of Allied gunfire, but in the ruins of a crumbling empire he could no longer control. Operation Foxley, once the boldest covert plan of the war, faded quietly into classified archives. Operation Foxley remains one of the most detailed and daring assassination plots ever conceived. It reveals the desperation of a world at war, the ingenuity of covert operatives, and the unpredictable, often uncomfortable morality of wartime strategy. Would killing Hitler earlier have saved millions, or would it have prolonged the fighting? These questions remain unanswered, lost in the fog of history. But one thing is certain. The Allies came far closer to eliminating Adolf Hitler than the world ever knew, and the secrets of Operation Foxley have finally been uncovered. Please subscribe for more revealing secrets history tried to hide. This has been another episode of War Files Uncovered.